we're going to work with showing different ways to make the same amount of money. For an example, we're going to see how many ways we can think of to make 68 cents using different coins, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. So I'm going to try to find 4 different ways. So I made 4 sections on my paper. 68 cents. I'm thinking if I start with a quarter, that is 25 cents. So I'm going to draw and label it as 25 cents. Another quarter would be, 25. Its value is 25. Makes 50 cents. 25, 50. If I add a dime, now I have 25, 50, 60, and I could do 8 pennies. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have 68 cents. 25, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. Now I want to think of a different way. I can still use quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. I just can't use the same selection as I did before. So I still want to use a quarter. That would be 25. And I'll use a dime. Remember the counting pattern for quarters? 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. So I'm at 65. And I need how much more to get to 68? 65, 66, 67, 68. Now I showed another way to make 68 cents. Let me count to double check. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 66, 67, 68. Okay, let me see if I can think of another way. 68 cents. I could use 6 dimes to get to 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. A nickel would get me to 65, 66, 67, 68. So I found another way to make that same amount, 68 cents. Let me count to double check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. Can I think of one more way to make 68 cents? I've used quarters, I've used dimes, I've used nickels, and I've used pennies. Let me see if I can come up with one more combination. I'm going to start with a quarter again. Now I can't make it the same as my other ones. I have to do something different. 25, and if I add a nickel, that would be 30. Another nickel, 35. Another nickel, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, I'm almost there, 66, 67, 68. So I found yet another way to make 68 cents. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. So today I was able to come up with 4 different ways to make the same amount. Each of those are equivalent, which means they are equal. Doesn't matter which way I use, they all equal the same. So in your math notebook today, you need to show equal ways to make the same amount of money.